We are filming Mr. Dick Neher, Richard Neher, a Marine who is known in the Wilmington area as a legendary baseball coach, and we happen to have the honor of being at his house today. Good day, Dick. How you doing?
Real legend.
You are a legend.
You're wasting your time out here.
I'm not wasting my time, Dick. You've touched a lot of people's lives. You're always special in my life. I've been around the world, and
I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, man. We see your wall of all the teams. This guy is organized, and he worked with my father out at General Electric for years.
Big Boo and Little Boo.
That's right. This guy's had the honor of coaching quite a few major league stars, such as Clyde Simmons.
It tells you how good I am. See, I coached him in baseball, but they had to go play football and basketball because I didn't teach them nothing in baseball.
That's right. And there's another guy he coached. I personally think Mr. Neher here is responsible for a lot of his organization. Is number 23, Michael Jordan. As a matter of fact, this happens to be...
Yeah, he's up here. There he is when he was 13.
Let me see.
And then it's when he was 14. And
I'm going to zoom in right here so we can get a little... I'll try to zoom a little.
Notice how big his hands did. He probably didn't weigh 110 pounds.
That's Michael right there.
He had the biggest hands.
There he is.
You remember Mr. Boo when we started calling him Rabbit?
I sure do.
That's because we named him that because him and David Bridgers got in a tussle.
I remember that.
He was making fun of David Bridgers' ears because David's ears stood out because his mama gave him a Marine haircut.
That's right.
And it made his ears stand out and look big.
And there I am.
So Mike made fun of him. So I said, well, Mike's ears lay on his head like a rabbit. That's how we started calling him Rabbit.
There I am. There's Tim Bowie. Two-time Guinness Book of World Records.
Right there.
Little blonde hair fella.
That's the piano man right there.
I haven't aged. I haven't changed that much, have I?
No, he's still good looking. Hair changed colors. That must come from a bottle.
Look at this. You're talking about organized. Maybe that's why you've been so successful at doing this, Dick. Your organization. Look at this. If you don't think this is impressive, unbelievable.
There's about 38 years worth of coaching up there.
How about that?
There's 32 pictures, and then I got
32 teams you have here.
There's 32 on that wall, and then there's 2 more over here, and then there's about 5 or 6 that I couldn't put together.
I want to zoom out. Where's the 2 over here?
There's 2 right there.
Oh,
I listed the names. Yeah. That was a Winter Park and the Supper Optimus groups.
Now, Dick, you did go to the state championship.
Yeah, we went to state championship 3 different years. We won it in 1975.
State championship 75.
1975.
How about that? That's an honor itself, you know.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. We lost our first game, and then went in the losers bracket. We was up there for 11 days because we kept getting rainouts.
How about that?
And then we ended up supposed to play a game, and we got rained out. So then we ended up playing 3 double headers. Played 2, laid off a day. Played 2, laid off a day because of the rain. And our motel bill was unreal. Matter of fact, we stayed. That was the first year that the Holiday Inn was open, right across from Carowinds. It was 11 stories high. It was the first year they were open, and we got to stay there. And of course, I had to take the kids to Carowinds after we finished after we won the state championship. Right. And Bobby Goldsboro, the singer, was up there.
Right, honey, he sang, and honey, I love you.
Yeah, and Scotty.
Yeah.
And of course, all the mothers went crazy over him, and also the the Bobby Van Singers or something. I still got a poster from them. They signed it and put it on our van because they were up there staying at the motel at the same time.
How about that?
So the mothers went crazy over Bobby Goldsboro.
Now, Dick, I mean, you've touched so many lives. I know ESPN came over here to interview about your relationship with Michael Jordan and so forth, and I know that you've given them a bunch of memorabilia from Jordan's days.
Yeah.
I mean, we keep referring to Michael Jordan because he's the one happened.
Well, I'm a pack rat, so I've got all the scorebooks, all the stats, team statistics, and I ended up 2 years ago. I finally sold to a guy in Chicago. He's got his own personal Michael Jordan museum.
Right.
And he called me up and wanted to know if I'd let any of it go. So I sold a couple of gloves to him, scorebooks for 77, 76, 77, and 78. Stat sheets. I had a hat and one of the warm-up jackets from Parker's. So I sold him that stuff. And a young black girl here in town, he gave her $3,000 for 3 school yearbooks from when Michael went to Noble and Trask. So he got three yearbooks. He gave her $1,000 a piece.
This is baseballs.
Oh God, I love this stuff.
This is that championship, the state championship. That means he's one of the top 50 teams in the whole entire United States. Maybe 52 teams.
Yeah, and that's the
How about that?
that's the plaque that went with it. 13-year-old state championship in 1975.
That's a big honor, Dick. How about that?
It was a lot of
And these
fun.
are baseballs that are signed by former players. All of us. How about this guy has got his ducks in a row?
He had a nickname, I forget what it was called, but they'd show him flying through the air like they hit. You know?
I've seen that.
Yeah, and so they were put them out, in souvenir shops. But they, you're out of here.
All right, we're in Dick Neher's office now, and this is where, believe it or not, he's kept every stats over the last 30 years. Is that fair to say?
36 years.
For example, we're at his filing cabinets for his stats and scores. That's amazing. Dick, can you open that up? Now, I'm Tim Bowie. I'm the one filming this. And he's going to go to the year that I'm at.
1967 was the first year.
Now, I was at 78.
Yeah, you were 77.
Go to 78, if you would. See if you can pull my name out of there. There's 1978. Well, I mean, Jesus Christ. How about that? Look at there, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you tell me that's not impressive. Trade my birth date and where my parents still live, 4950 Wilderness Road. How about that?
This is when you were 14. Now, I also got the one when you were a rookie.
Yeah.
When you were.
That's amazing. Dad,
That's something.
that's more organized than a Dell computer.
See, this is when you were a rookie, so you were 13.
Look at there. Let me see
That's
this.
when you lived on Dare Street.
How about that? That's right. I'm going to take this up so the camera can get a good picture of this. Dad, you tell me that's not something.
I know.
It goes back a long way, doesn't it?
Rita,
Yeah.
you weren't even born then, Marie. There I am right there. How about that?
When was that?
When I was 13, stats 2722 Dare Street.
I was
And you've got pinned in 4950 Wilderness, so we must be making the move.
You in the process of making the move that year.
Uh-oh. Well, hold on. Wait a minute, Dick. Don't move. It says Ken Bowie owes $2.80. Oh. All right. I was just informed by Coach Neher here that I had the honor of being a third-round draft choice.
And that's very good. Because the first 5 players, you only need 5 of an age
Zoom in
group.
under a little bit. How about that?
And that was your tryout number, 136. And you were 3rd round. So that means that at the worst, you see, by the way to pick, you were the 24th player picked out of 250 kids.
Oh, that's not bad.
So you look at it in that respect, that's good. And you see my first pick was Jimmy Knight, Stick Clemens, Tim Bowie, and Robert Hill. And this boy here, I didn't
Tom
even
Bickle.
Yeah, I didn't even keep him. I ended up trading him.
And Troy Crum. I remember Troy's an old friend of mine.
And we kept Troy, and then the next year I traded him.
How about that? Well, my wife is from Norway, and if you mention baseball in Norway, they'll tell you they love Washington Redskins. They don't know much about baseball. Or Dallas Cowboys. Baseball's expanding, but the biggest thing that people around the world ask, how can you call yourself a world champion when the championship's in America?
Yeah,
That's a stickler with people.
Now, here's the sheet you signed up on.
Yeah.
You're number 136.
Man, this is like the IRS.
There you are. 136, Tim Bowie.
How about that?
2227 Dare Street. And there's your phone number.
Now,
I'm 13 years old.
That's amazing to me. That is
This
amazing.
is,
nicknames.
and I don't- and
that
you
were with
can't
the player.
ask me-
You can see you got this. Dick, you can tell the story better than me.
Yeah, we always give the kids nicknames just to kind of make it camaraderie type thing. And all the kids, if they didn't give them one right away, they'd holler and want you to hurry up and give them a nickname. So you see there, we got a little bit of everything. And the nicknames, we never give them names based on, hey, he's ugly, he's tall, he's short, he's fat. we just give them something to kind of pertain to them. And if you look at some of the weird names we got in there, this was Floyd Curry, and we called him Flea because I always used to call him Fleoid. Come here a minute. So we started calling him Floyd.
I see Jordan was Rabbit.
Yeah, we called him Rabbit. And Bridgers was Skosh, which that's Japanese for little one.
Yeah, right.
You know, Skoshi. So that's how he got that name.
Michael Jordan, Rabbit. Now, I thought it was called his ears.
It is. We were having batting practice one day. Michael was catching up, and David was batting, and I was working with the pitchers. And all of a sudden, somebody started yelling and says, "Hey, Coach, there's a fight, there's a fight." So I looked around, and old Rabbit, or Michael was rolling around in the ground, had David in a headlock, and they were really going at it. So I went over there, and Jordan was all wrapped up and had catcher's gear on. And David's trying to beat him through the mask and stuff with the gear on. So I said, "What's this mess all about?" And David Bridgers was crying, tears rolling down his face. He says, "He's making fun of my ears, Coach. He's making fun of my ears." Well, his mama always gave him a GI high and tight haircut. So his ears always look big. So he says, David was batting, and he couldn't hit nothing. He was swinging and missing. So Mike, back there being the comedian that he is, he said, "Well, David, you can't hit it with a bat. Why don't you use your ears? They're big enough." Well, boy, that just ticked David off. So he jumped in and started fighting him. So I said, look at Mike's ears, for Pete's sake. Well, Mike's ears laid tight on his head. I said, "You ever see a rabbit, how the rabbit sat there and the ears lay right against his head?" And everybody said, "Yeah, that's a good name for Mike. Well, let's call him Rabbit." So that's how I started calling him Rabbit from then on. And even a better one than that is Robinbart, Jimmy Robinbart.
I remember Jimmy Robinbart.
Well, Jimmy Robinbart, and Michael Jordan's wanted to give him his name because Michael's back there laughing and Jimmy's batting. I said, "What's so funny?" He says, "Coach," he says, "every time Jimmy swings the ball, he misses it," he said, "and then he farts." He said he squeaks. And he'd go and he'd swing the ball and he'd go, So we all started laughing and said, "Hey, that's a good one. Say squeaky." So that's what we started calling him, Squeaky. Because he'd swing at the bat and you hear him.
Well, Dick, I'm a piano player. I've been in over 40 countries around the world playing piano. And everywhere I go, when it's the right, parties or whatever, you tell neat little facts. And I say, well, little fact, believe it or not, I played ball with Michael Jordan. And I reckon 85% of the world thought I was full of crap. But now that we're filming this, they can maybe see this and know that I'm not. Because I remember him as a child. I'm sure he doesn't remember me personally. I'm sure if he has any decency, he will remember you, because I feel, and my father feel, that you have a lot to do with his,
We always said I was the craziest white man he ever knew.
Yeah?
I got something else I'm going to show you.
Okay. That's the draft. How about that?
This is the way the players were picked by each team, in what order, and what round. Now,
Sam Richards, he teaches school at Laney now. He's a math teacher.
Well, it's interesting that you look at this stuff. I was down at BB&T. I told you.
Jimmy Talton.
Jimmy Talton is down there, and he come walking out, and I seen the name on the door. I said, "Jim Talton." I said, "You used to play shortstop for Waccamaw." I says, "In Babe Ruth." He looked at me. He said, "Man, you look familiar." And I said, "Well, you ever hear of Parker's Food Store?" He says, "Good
Dick,
Lord, you're
we're
Coach
now in
Neher."
a little storage room where you have
But I want to show you.
uniforms from basically every team you've ever coached.
Just pretty close.
That's amazing, my man. Amazing. I tell you what.
Pack Rat City.
Believe me, that's dedication to.
Well, I was a fanatic about it. My wife and I spent more time arguing over that than anything.
How about that?
But I've tried to give them away because there's a full 17 sets of home and away uniforms here for travel for my last AAU teams in 2002. But when we played, we always wore our white ones on Sunday when we played tournaments, which was the Wilmington Eagles. We wear that with the red undershirts, and we also had the long sleeve for cold weather. And then when we played Friday or Saturday games, we'd wear these. And of course, I don't have the pants here; they're all up there.
How about that?
The uniform we play with gray pants, dark navy socks, and a navy top.
How about that?
And then the other ones we play with the Eagle. You see it says Eagle white pants with a red stripe down the leg, and we play with those. So I just got all the stuff up there, the belts and the whole works. And then the last Little League team I had was Shipman, Gary Shipman, the lawyer here in town. He's the president of the Democratic But we got 2 different uniforms for him. This was the last one we had, which was Shipman Hodges, which is the lawyer. That's my jersey. You can tell how big it is.
How about that?
And then we had a team called the Ogden Orioles.
It's a nice name.
That was that group. And I'm not going to go through all of them ahead.
I'm just amazed of the organization and dedication to making it right.
Then I coached the minor league with Haverty's Furniture. I had them for about 3 years. Then we had a team from the Blue Water Grill. They sponsored us. We had 2 different uniforms for them. We had this one was a Blue Water, which is down at Wrightsville Beach. You know what a
Yeah, I know
Blue Water Grill is.
Sure.
And,
How about that?
but I got one of it, and then this skinny I was then.
That is 1975 state
1975.
championship.
That was a state championship jersey.
Beat the state. Hold that up one time. I didn't get a good shot of that.
Yeah.
Right there, Parker's.
And then there's, let me go back. This is what we wore to get to the state championship. Let me qualify and digress. We wore those up through Morehead cities and regionals and that. But this is the one that they gave us. Now you can tell how old or wore out it is.
How about that?
This is the one that wore, that said North Carolina on it.
How about
We
that?
represented North Carolina in the southeastern regions down in Atlanta. We went down there and played in the World Series.
How did that turn out?
We won our first game and lost the next 2 and come home.
How about,
Lost the game on a squeeze bullet in the last inning. Virginia beat us 1-0.
how about that?
We had a good team. Hardwick played for us then. One of the old boys that you remember.
That boy could throw a ball.
But we got.
Dick, appreciate you having us at your house.
You done me good to come over here because I've had 2 or 3 of the players come by. I just wanted to see what they looked like when they was kids, you know.
Got my mother here. Say hello, Mother.
Hello.
And my father, Ken, who worked with
Hello.
Dick.
I'm impressed with Dick's collection. I can't believe it.
Do what?
I was impressed
My
with your
collection's
collection.
Absolutely.
Can't believe it.
Hey, Dick, you always have a special place with me, and that's why when I ran into you the other day, it made my day.
Oh.
You know, I told you I'm a man of my word. I said, give me a couple days, we'll come over.
Me, see, because I've had guys tell me before they never come around. And I said, I thought it'd be neat for your wife to see you when you're a little kid, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and see some of your accomplishments, you know.
Well,
I got
my
a human
compliment
interest
has been
story.
through music, I can tell you that.
I've got a human interest story, and they've done it a couple times. A little boy up here,
I'm going to follow you here.
right there, he's crippled. And Jimmy Westbrook. And he couldn't play, and his leg was all bent out of shape and stuff.
Right there in the middle.
Yeah, right there. And he's 51 years old now.
He was in Texas and he called you?
He was in Texas. He was working as a sheriff's dispatcher. But he's crippled. He can't walk, and he's all messed up. So I put him on my baseball team when I was playing behind my house. So we were playing at Ogden. I'd collect all the kids. It wasn't organized. We didn't have any league. So I'd just tell them to all be at my house at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. I'd load them up in my pickup trailer I had, take them to Ogden school. We'd throw the jerseys out there, and we'd play games. Well, I put him in the game to pinch hit one day. And like I said, you know, he walked like this because he was all crippled up. So one of the kids says, Coach, you're not going to let him hit. He can't run. I said, shut up and let him hit. So he went up to bat, and the first pitch hit him in the foot. So he goes to first base, you know. He's standing down there, and they throw a couple pitches. The other coach, a guy named Dick Layton, who was a juvenile court judge here in town, he said, hey, Coach, you better check your boy. He's crying. So I went running out there, you know, and the tears of the boy as big as jelly beans. Running out, he's just a sobbing. I said, Jimmy, I said, son, are you okay? Oh, yeah, Coach, I'm just so happy. I said, happy? I said, what do you mean? He says, Coach, I ain't never been on base before. And I got goosebumps just thinking about
How
that,
about
you know.
that?
And tears started coming to my eyes. I go back to the dugout. This other kid, older kid, was a real good ball player. He says, Coach, you got to get him out of there. They're going to throw him out. I said, shut up. I said, he ain't coming out of the game. Well, the next pitch, they grounded a shortstop, double play, he's out. So, in another case, that same kid, I'm down on one knee coaching, and I didn't know he was hanging over my back. And I jumped up real quick and hit him and knocked him down. Well, I saw, I'm sorry, Jimmy, I'm sorry. So, that's all right. I was going to sit down anyway. But that's the kind of attitude that kid had. And when he went to the hospital for a series of operations, I asked Johnny Parker if we could give him one of them new uniforms. So we went out and gave him that red uniform, one of those up in that pictures up there. And they were expensive back then, about $50 a piece. And all the kids signed the ball when we gave him that ball.
It's nice.
He's 51 years old. He still got that ball sitting on his dresser, and he still got the uniform hanging in his closet. And I said that was. And there's a Bible laying right down there that me and my wife bought from him when he was trying to sell Bibles. We come out here and we bought one off of him.
Well, Dick, when did you start coaching? What year?
Well, I started behind my house. I played fast pitch softball.
Right.
And the kids in the neighborhood over Bermuda Drive would see me with my uniform on. They come over and want me to play catch. So I'd play catch with them. I started hitting the flies and grounders. So I went out to a field behind my house and cleared it off. This was 1964.
64 the year I was born.
64. So I started going out there and playing. I'd go out there on Saturdays and hit them balls and had organized games and stuff with them. And you remember Teddy Mavros of Table Talk Bakery?
Very much.
Well, he had a team downtown.
That's off Carolina Beach Road.
Yeah, out there at the downtown Optimus.
Yeah.
So he said, let me bring my boys out there and we'll give you guys a practice game. Well, I had kids 6 years old on my team. None of them ever played ball before, and they weren't worth a deuce. So we go out there, and he'd come out and bring all the donuts and pastries and stuff. My wife go in there and make Kool-Aid. We'd play all Saturday. And he'd come over and sit on my bench and teach me how to coach, tell me the rules and stuff, you know. So then Lloyd Kaler, coaching Godwin Old, I got in with him, Harold Smith and Pepsi. So they'd bring their teams out on a Saturday and play me. I wasn't a team. Police Cubs, C.N. Long, he'd bring his bunch and come out here. Julian Tush, old guy from Century 21 team, he'd bring his boys. That's how I got started in 1964. Well, then they saw what we were doing. We organized the Cape Fear Optimus Club, bought 11 acres of property up there and started Cape Fear. Well, they wouldn't let me coach because I couldn't afford to join the club. So that's when I ended up over town in the Pony League over there on Godwin Field.
What year was that?
That was 1967.
67 you started, and when was your last
this
team
was
coach?
this was a team behind my house.
Okay, that's
that we
behind
put
your house.
together. And I went out and swiped money out of my wife's grocery bill to buy these pants. It's $4.75 a pair. Billy Waters from Water Shipping down at the docks, he'd give me $50 donation. I bought them little jerseys.
How about that?
The mamas chipped in $1.50 to get the hats. I said, well, I want them to have a uniform.
So 67 and your last year coaching.
That was the year we started behind my house.
Yes, sir.
And then in 67 we bought that. And you see this team here? Well, I'm in that picture, so I told you a lie.
Yeah.
That'd be 69, because this was my first
Well,
one.
when's your last year coaching?
When I retired was 2002 and my health went bad.
How about that?
But 69 was the year I went over town.
So you're trying to tell me you know baseball. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, I'm not going to say that, but other people might say
I think we're going to say that.
we did real well. We had good teams. And
Kai, what do you think about that? Would you like to play baseball? I'm going to teach it to you, son.
I'll tell you what, I'd give away so daggone many training aids.
67
Yeah, we won. What did we win? How many win? We won 12 and lost 3. And we won. Did we win the championship? Yeah, we won the championship that year.
Well, Dick, here's what I'm going to do.
We won it that year. And we won it that year.
I want to thank you for having us in your house today.
Oh, shoot.
I want to present this DVD to you, and I'll let you know we appreciate everything.
Well, you've done something for me. You got this little fella right here.
Thank you, sir.
I got.